Auto insurance can all seem the same until it comes time to use it. So don't get stuck paying more for less coverage. Switch to USAA Auto Insurance and you could start saving money in no time. Get a quote today. Restrictions apply.
USAA.
Hilton brings you new ways to stay. With experiences that let you capture the glory days. Introducing the Graduate Hotels. Each inspired by local college towns, these stays are always original and never boring. Get in touch with traditions all across the country and enjoy a stay that's a class above the rest. Book at Graduate Hotels with Hilton Honors Points at Hilton.com. It's a win-win. Hilton, for the stay.
Halliday presents, in the red corner, the undisputed, undefeated Weed Whacker Guy. Champion of hurling grass and pollen everywhere. And in the blue corner, the challenger, extra strength Halliday. Eye drops that work all day to prevent the release of histamines that cause itchy allergy eyes. And the winner by knockout is Halliday. Halliday, bring it on.
From the Fifth Quarter Studio in Madison, Wisconsin, you're listening to the Coaching Youth Hoops Podcast.
They're playing basketball. Basketball.
Here's our hosts, Steve Collins. And Bill Flitter.
Welcome to Coaching Youth Hoops. And Bill and I will not be coming to you from the Fifth Quarter Studios. We are going to be coming from the Blue Wire Studios in the Wynn Casino. Very excited about that. I did a couple podcasts in Vegas, and it was awesome. They'll be over on YouTube, but just wanted to let you know that. And to go over and check out coachingyouthhoops.com. You can sign up for any future updates, or go over and check out teachhoops.com for coaches who want to get better. But let's head off to the podcast. All right, so our last topic that I want to talk about today, before I hit the craps table again. My brother has a craps table in his basement.
Really?
Not lying.
Does he have a pool in his basement too?
No, he has he has a pool outside, but he has a basketball court at his house.
Is it the one in Chicago?
No,
or the one in Vegas, or the one in out here.
No, he doesn't have a place in Vegas, which surprises me actually. He has it's his home. It's his one in New Hampshire.
His home.
Yeah.
Oh, New Hampshire. Oh, okay. Oh, right.
Yeah, it's his home. He has a basketball court.
Nice.
I know.
Nice.
Yeah, he's not a teacher. Okay. Just be real. Okay. All right. Let's go into this last topic, because this was the one that jumped out at me. What needs to change in youth hoops?
And we have 2 hours left?
No, well, we got like 10 minutes left. 10 minutes left. I have to meet my wife for lunch too.
Okay.
We have like 10 minutes, 10 to 15 minutes. What would you change about youth hoops? I mean, I have a lot of if you don't have any.
Yeah, no, I'm trying to in my head process what if I had a magic wand, what's the number one thing I would change? And I honestly think it comes down to this: is I would change the parents and their approach. We all, our kids are the most precious thing in our lives, but they need to go through adversity as well to become productive adults.
Right.
And you shouldn't step in for them. You should empower them. And of course, if it's abusive and all of that,
that's a given. That's a given.
Yes. But I think the most important thing that parents could do is support their kids' journey, not by stepping in, but giving them the words to help them through situations. And instead of blaming and pushing blame on the coach, or the refs for that matter, what can you do if your son is not, or daughter is not playing? Instead of blaming the coach, say, well, honestly, sweetheart, how many times you're going out in the backyard just playing? Well, you're not. Or, hey, did you ever ask coach why, how what you can do for the team to make, to help the team? And, it's not always the coach's fault. The kids, the coaches do the best that they can. I'm generally speaking, and get that, but I think it's just important that we put our kids through adversity, healthy adversity, and teach them how to give them the language and the power to help them through the process. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Am I making sense there?
Yeah, and I think the issue is, and like Drew tried out for his college team and didn't make it. It was probably one of the handful of times he's been disappointed. He didn't get into his first school. But it's like, well, he learned from that. That was a great, both of them were great life lessons. He's still friends with, it's like, but he had to go through that. Like, we all have to go through that. I didn't get the first job I wanted. Like, I didn't get the first coaching, but great. It made me maybe get the job I was meant to have. So I think that's one of the issues that and again, the cliche here with the growth mindset and being in education, but it's true. The growth mindset is you gotta struggle a little bit before you gotta fall down. How do you learn to walk? You fall down a lot, right?
Fall down a lot, yeah.
And then you pick yourself up and you figure out how to balance. And the same with riding a bike, all that stuff. It's like you have training wheels, and then you take them off, and then you fall, and then it's like that's life. And it's like I don't think parents let them go through that as much as they did 25 years ago. Now, do I sound like the old fart? Get off my porch. Yes. But I think it's true. And post-COVID, I think it's even worse.
I agree.
Because I think there's more of a...
That's your money saying it's time for a McDonald's run. Because with new McValue at McDonald's, you get more than you expect. Like buy a 6-piece McNuggets and add a McChicken for just $1. Your money says let's go. Get more than you expect with new McValue. Prices and participation may vary. Valid for item of equal or lesser value.
Ryan Reynolds here from Mint Mobile. I don't know if you knew this, but anyone can get the same premium wireless for $15 a month plan that I've been enjoying. It's not just for celebrities. So do like I did and have one of your assistants switch you to Mint Mobile today. I'm told it's super easy to do at mintmobile.com/switch.
Upfront payment of $45 for 3-month plan, equivalent to $15 per month required. Intro rate first 3 months only, then full price plan options available. Taxes and fees extra. See full terms at mintmobile.com.
Mama bear, Papa bear thing post-COVID, because we were all stuck together. We were all in this weird spot. My daughter didn't get prom her junior year, blah, blah, blah. Mine did, but whatever. But that's the mentality, like graduation was taken away. So it's almost this mama papa thing that I got to rebalance the world, which is slowly happening. I think it is. I really do believe it is. But I think that's the big issue. Yeah.
And I think youth sports would be a positive experience for the kids if the parents were there to support them through it versus pushing and blaming, right?
Yeah.
So what else? The other big thing for me that I absolutely I hear it, I see it in our Facebook group. It's there should be no pressing up to a certain age. And I don't know what that magic age is. 6th grade, maybe start of 6th grade. Let the kids play. That's my, I don't know what you think about that, but especially at the rec leagues, if you're doing 1 or 2 practices a week and that's all you get to practice, you shouldn't press. Now, if you're a AAU team and you have the ability to maybe go 5 days a week on practice and then go into a tournament, okay, you got time to work on that, right? And you kind of know what you're getting yourself into, but just back off. Like, there's no need. We don't want to chase kids away. We want them to love the game, be able to dribble, do all those things that they need to do to succeed on the court. We don't need to press bad players or bad teams.
Right.
Let them develop first, and then the game itself gets better.
So going back to the original question, it says, what needs to change in youth hoops? I think there needs to be a uniform set. First of all, I think they should be playing 3-on-3 until they're in 5th grade probably, and on lower hoops and a smaller ball and all that stuff in a utopian world. That's what happens. Should happen. I know we don't live in a utopian world, but that's what should happen. But I think there should be a uniform set of rules for age specific. Now, again, there's talented and gifted people.
That's right.
Adele is talented and gifted, obviously. She would have been in a talented and gifted program when she was 7. I get that. There's different rules for her and for basketball players like that. However, I think, there's things like playing man-to-man defense, teaching ball handling, not pressing, all of those skill sets. I think we can break down and probably come up with a uniform set of rules that, here's what a 3rd grader should be able to do. Here's what a third grader shouldn't do. There's no reason for us to like a 3rd grader should be playing 3-on-3 half court.
My cat Freddie loves to be brushed and cuddled. But stirring up his cat allergens meant sneezing and itchy eyes. Then I found Purina One Live Clear. It's cat food that reduced the major allergen and my suffering in as little as 21 days. Now, we feel closer than ever. If you have issues with cat allergens, you really need to try Purina One Live Clear.
Try new Purina One Live Clear today. Purina One, a difference from day one.
This episode is brought to you by Buick. When you have 4 new tires, every drive feels fresh. Right now, buy 3 select tires and get 1 for just $1 during the Buick Certified Service Fresh Start Tire Event. Visit Buick.com/service offers or see dealer for full details. At participating U.S. GM dealers only. Highest or equal value tire will be $1. Offer ends 5/31/2025. Not available with other offers.
On a lower hoop with a smaller ball. Period. I don't care what you say.
It's crazy though. We in our youth league, the local rec league, we did that as an experiment. We got so much pushback.
It's because the parents think they're going to be playing for you. They're going to be playing for UNLV. That's what the problem is. They think they're going to be like, what do you? No, you're wrong. Like most of these kids will not play high school. 1% of them will play in college. A half of a percent will get paid for it. So why don't we teach them the game the right way? I don't ask you to shoot on a 15-foot hoop. That would be like me. See, they can't shoot. They can't. They're not strong enough to get it to a 10-foot rim.
That's right.
So what are we doing? Like again, utopian world, and I know that because I fought that same battle. No one wants to do 3-on-3. No one wants. They all want to like live vicariously and go to the water park and then play 3 games on a Saturday, and fine. Let's admit what it is then at that point. Yeah. But I think that would be. That would be the one thing I would change about youth hoops. That would be number 1. Number 2 would be no parents coaching. Period. And a utopian world, I'm not coaching my son. He played soccer when he was little on a club team that was called the 56ers. He had great coaches. They weren't me. I had to pay more money for that. Because the coach needed to be paid. But that was fine because it wasn't me. He was hearing a different voice. And again, are most youth coaches parents? Yes. And they're probably listening to this podcast because they want to become better youth coaches. Then I get it. But I'm just saying, if we're going to that utopian, bizarro world, that's what I would want for someone else other than the parent to do it. Because we're parents.
We're biased, right? But obviously, then it's money. It's parents are volunteering their time, love for the kids, blah blah blah. Yeah, so that is a tough one. I struggle with this one, and obviously we could talk about this for hours, and it's always on our Facebook group, Man versus Zone, right?
Always, it's always on the Facebook group.
Yeah. And I would say man. I mean, we know 3rd, 4th, 5th graders can't shoot consistently outside. So they're there to score. Scoring for them is fun, right?
It's 12-7 at the end of the game, people. It's not like we're not going 106 to 101. What are you talking? Like, let them play. Yeah.
Let them play. Yeah. there's other things you can do to win if you just focus on great man-to-man defense. Then, right? If that's
positioning, fun, dribbling, ball handling, passing, you can do all sorts of fun things within the spectrum of teaching them this great game. But yeah, that would be those are my pet peeves. Maybe some of the skill set stuff I think would be something I would want to change about youth hoops. I personally would not let a pre-7th grader ever shoot a 3-pointer. Again, no, it's not going to happen, but it's too far out. Yeah. Most 7th graders aren't strong enough to get the ball there with good form.
Did you say 7th grade or 7-year-old?
7th grader. Middle school is where I'd start it. 6th or 7th grade would be the first time I'd let. That's what I'm saying. I would either let a 6th grader or a 7th grader. That would be the first time they could shoot threes.
Oh wow!
Because a 5th grader is not strong enough.
No,
most 5th graders are not strong enough. They're just not.
But what do the boys
they do this
always? Yeah, they do with 2 hands. But what's the first thing they always do when they step into any gym?
Shoot a 3.
Shoot a 3. First thing they do. Even when I train them individually, I'm talking with the parents, saying hello. I turn around, they're all at the 3-point line, shooting threes, trying to shoot.
We were
threes.
talking about this before we came out with with Josh, who was on Coach Unplugged, and I said Steph Curry has probably changed the game more than anyone since maybe Bird Magic for the NBA, but for like Mikan did for the bigs. It's like Steph Curry changed the game more than LeBron, more than Kobe. Maybe Kobe a little bit because that's kind of the hybrid player right now. But Steph shooting all those threes and Golden State winning all those championships changed the game. Yeah. Changed it at the R level, high school. Definitely changed it at the youth level. It's like poof, 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 3, 3, 3, 3, 3.
Yeah.
So that's what that's one of my pet peeves is. My son.
Sum that up. So give me one. You can only change one thing. That's it. You can only do one thing. What is it about the youth game?
I'd have that uniform set of rules that everyone has to go under.
Set of rules. Okay. Yeah.
Because the parent thing is.
Yeah.
I don't know if you're going
to. That would encompass mine too, which would be the pressing. The full court pressure at 3rd grade. It's like why? What are you doing?
Right. I know. So, all right. So before we end here, I want to make sure that I've got you on tape saying this summer you'll come out maybe at some point, and we'll do.
Yeah, by you mean? Yeah.
We'll do it in person. Because you're close enough. We could drive. We could do a Coach Unplugged, and then we could.
Madison is 45 minutes away from my parents' house. So when I'm out there,
we'll do that for sure. Maybe Vegas too. Maybe Vegas too. 6 hours isn't too bad. You can get in a car.
No, you're coming out west. I thought wasn't that the?
At some point. Oh, I am coming out west. I'm coming to Napa in the end of beginning of June. I have to look and see when that's happening.
Yeah, let me know. Yeah.
We'll figure something out so we can get.
We'll figure out. Yeah, we'll do it live. Do it live from there. I'll bring the equipment.
I like that.
Right, we're from the vineyard, from a vineyard, on location. Yeah.
That'll be good. All right. Till next time.
BasketballPracticePlans.com. Go get them, coaches. Before we didn't talk about that, but dude, I got a big announcement coming up. I haven't shared it with you. I'm so excited to share it with you. So it's coming.
Okay. We'll
get ready.
We'll talk. We'll keep that in the queue.
That's right.
All right.
This podcast is part of the Sports Social Podcast Network.